the fourth book, which is just about to come out here, and that's through Wakefield as well. No, who's that one?
Paroxysm.
Sorry?
Paroxysm. Paroxysm.
Paroxysm Press.
Paroxysm Press.
Paroxysm Press. And that's called American Blowjob.
That's about blowjobs.
Yeah, which Teri will tell you about blowjobs, and you can ask questions about that.
No.
Yes, yes.
I'm not talking about blowjobs.
One with the Christian right hasn't got to do.
Yeah. They have.
Teri and I first connected through the feast writing competition because Teri won the competition one year, and I believe that encouraged you along your writing journey. And then, then she's gone on to have this massive success where she's now getting emails from all around the world, from people who have read her books. And she's also the first Australian author to have something to do with 5 books at once on Kindle and ebooks. Is that? Yeah, cool. Got that right. And now Teri's on the Feast Literature Committee with me as well. So she's she started off participating through a competition, and then she's gone on to be very successful, and now she's giving back to the community. So please welcome Teri Louise Kelly.
These ones aren't in the book, but these are new ones. This one's called Always Crashing in the Same Bar. The scene is always a game, minus extras plus gratuities. The bill gets presented, careering from red to red, incoherently inadvertent, playing in a moonshine bag, lucky his dog at Ichabod's fault. I'm always crashing in the same bar. To an audience of ghosts, the paranormal intelligentsia, do Houdini tricks for treats, while on stage I raise an easement. That's almost a job. And circumnavigating continents, while the counter-revolution of the under-the-counter culture comes sterilized and homogenized, I'm always crashing in the same bar. The Langoliers eat the timelines, the fantastic ghost frenetic, necessary conditions in rhythm and blues. I secrete the subclinical motions of something that cares, make nice with concubines to facilitate condensation, but I'm always crashing in the same bars. It's about being drunk. A blank Saturday. As the tempest of words cycles her eye, she entraps silver bullets between her teeth. Polly feels hollow syllables, venerates virginal temples, strings together lines of predicaments, hand makes metallic wind chimes, dances with puppet she-wolves in a polyester underground. Where nothing permeates bar moisture, where nothing housed but scornful flatulence. She sidesteps impertinence to juggle ceramic clowns, her time-binding sentimentality to sundown vows, upon which the monocle runs, short-circuiting the pointless track. On her skin she beats out the permutations and frustrations, while the gathered trumpet heads succumb the smiles of the lost, and in the found she hangs the upside-down pentagram, locked in a tower of her own damnation, tapping the esoteric Ouija board. Alright, these are from the book, obviously. You know how it feels, right? How it feels when you've given all you can give, said all you can say, lied all you can lie, fessed all you can fess, written all you can write, begged all you can beg, thought all you can think, drunk all you can drink, eaten all the crap you can stomach. How that feels right down in the pit of your gut, at the front of your forehead, deep in the groin, where everything screams, enough. You know how that feels, right? How it feels knowing you can't face one more minute, hour, day, week, month, year of that kind of shit, this kind of shit. How it feels when you wake up facing the brutal reality that the total cost of life's checkout is beyond your resources. And that despite what they preach, life isn't even an evens game. You know how that feels, right? I'm fine. Alright, all the things I left behind voluntarily. masturbation, frustration, contamination, interrogation, domesticity, husbandry, paternity, civility, brutality, futility, fertility, interment, sarcasm, orgasm, ties, lies, memories. Extempore right now. I am trashed again. I am to blame again. I lack rectitude. And yet I was clean last night and the nightmares came. And I got fucked up again. Lost my mind, my courage, my fortitude in a glass, and I ate. Listening to the hilltop woods, babbling shit, eating cold rice, I think I'm dead. My bed is icy like my grave. I don't want to die in there, I want to pass the red in the bar, drinking my 13th coronary cocktail, scribbling lines on napkins, eating mixed salted nuts, spelling the word intoxicated mentally, while decent folk go about righteous business buying religions that ain't fucking mine. And I can screw and piss and shit and fucking lust. Aerobic capacity remains as mental alacrity diminishes. They sell me amyl nitrate cut with Ajax. Debase the disease I acquired 100 years ago in that place. And if I had to choose, I'd take lethal injection over electrocution. Some of this little apartment and I almost rubbish. When they get me on the radio, I think I'm some sort of suicide. That's what they always ask me. The road to my grave, that's why they ask me. Is lined on either side by high hedges, amidst which wild bluebells and blackberries tumble, over which are views like a constable painting, above which are skies where swallows enact an alien battle of Britain, beyond which lies our true Camelot, and it is a road Orwell would have enjoyed rounding down on a bright English summer afternoon. To find my graves are those of Nelson, Keats and Flash Gordon, saviours of the universe. Boys will be boys, I guess. Mostly I strived in earnest to be one. Everyone wanted it. I got the sore knees, nose peeking and dirty hands down pat. I learned the marvels of the catapult and the bows and arrows too. Then I acquired the knowledge. I smashed things up, stole light, fell out of the tree and off a wall, and all for nothing. I squandered my best days being a boy, though it did make people laugh. Happy when they saw me sitting in casualty with a sauce promotion on my head. Mostly that is what they always remember about me, that fucking sauce. This is actually about Titanic. I've always been fascinated with the Titanic. How am I going for time? Just tell me when you want to start.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
You
got 5 minutes, you've got to go.
All right. In Mount Olive. Does anyone know that the Titanic obviously ever did?
Unless you're on it, you're not fascinated.
I'm fascinated with it. I'd like to have been on it. Plucked dead from icebound ocean, lies this salvage laid to rest in cold, hard earth of Halifax. Mummified survivors of Black April night, when lights went out and luxury ceased. And the band played autumn in darkest spring, amidst screaming throes, women and children first. Stepped from Grand Lady nosing down to a bed 12,500 feet below. At 2:20 a.m., roughly positioned at 41 degrees, 46 north, 50 degrees, 14 west. Vanishes ungracefully and the boatless floating gap by dawn. Transported to Nova Scotia and entombed by sculptures for eternity in Mount Olive Cemetery. I think it'd be a nice place to go. Only the light burns no more. Those lights of 1,000 distant moons, wayfarers' headlights of impending doom reach me still, then die on arrival, wheel away in my emergency room. Pagan beacons doused by wrath and humility of an entire race run by pygmies high on red acid drops, with flaming torches held aloft on a ghost-strewn mountainside. And the light your beacon, those lights, city lights, night lights, don't reach me no more. Comet trail away into total pitch as herdsmen with tribal cultures chant hymns to aerial gods and fevered swine. All evaporate heavenly, the discourse of fidelity, the gibberish of primate man. And I swear on your fucking book that the light doesn't reach me no more, that it doesn't burn phosphorus, no more, no more. Oh, yeah, this was a suicide poem actually. A writer's imagination in vacuo. And when I'm marooned alone, I sometimes think bad thoughts about what she's actually doing out there in the world of undoing. And when I'm isolated in vacuo, I do sometimes squander my creative energy drinking and dancing and generally forgetting the state of dual nation. And when I'm cast away on an atoll of coral, I do sometimes feel a pressing need to cut myself to confirm that I haven't yet passed and gone to sight of my plane. And when I'm cryo-sealed in a boiling bag bubble, I do fest that my rising imagination festers and troubles, electrocutes electrically. And when I'm stranded on the side of our arterial road, I confess that I do sometimes indulge in flatulent conspiracies and consider my life as San Andreas Fort, ready to open and swallow a declaration of independence. It's back coming to Australia, not my home speech. 80-something, I'm a new car face, wandering around the bay by day and night, especially by night, and then it's where the big hair spray pumped poison under John on the jet. Drinking beer from stubbies, wine from bladders, drowning most days. In hospital with third-degree burns, learning Greek, language of TAB, activity and hookers, getting university. Frying my mind, running away west with underage flesh. In the backs of panel vans, cruising the papier-mâché mountain of the Seine. Watching the virgin olive oil boys pump dead in the cage. Rollerbladers with Walkmans, fake traders, dealers, hawkers, stalkers. But all of this was before. Gentrification, dry zones, oyster baths, sand dredging, skin cancer, search and seize, Oprah, upskirting, wars on drugs, terror, individuality, speech, DNA, patriotism, pepper spray, pandemic paranoia, autoerotic asphyxiation, kick, WMD's progress here. And it wasn't Venice Beach, not even for 1:37, but I liked it by day and by night, especially by night. This is about being rejected, which I got a lot. That's the good actually, very rare. A rich rejection letter from the editor of a prestigious US poetry journal, which I couldn't name for legal reasons. Dear Madam, question mark. Thank you for your latest submission to blah blah. Firstly, let me congratulate you on succeeding in taking the genre to new and somewhat disconcerting lows. And while I feel sure that in this day and age work such as this would find a willing, albeit uneducated audience, I must also add that in part your work demonstrates the true spirit of maladjustment. In response to your query as to whether Ezra Pound is still on the submissions board, I replied that he most certainly is, in spirit. As you are no doubt aware, blah blah has a reputation for traditional, inspiring verse, penned by some of the nation's leading literary pens. That work, which you would have seen had you taken the time to perhaps peruse past issues, does not in whole or part contextualize vaginoplasty, pedestry, Nazi war criminals, bestiality, whether or not Hemingway had a homosexual crush on a bullfighter, intravenous narcotics use, the Unabomber's manifesto in 8 verses, breast augmentation units, John Wayne Gacy, anal intercourse, Japanese pornography et al. I do feel that your work, profound as it is, would be far better suited to a publication with a keen sense of indecency, access to adequate legal counselling, and editors with a stronger constitution for the bizarre. And then, come and try it over.
Talking about taking things to new lows, I was at an...
Oh, thanks for that, Adam. Where is the wine, actually?
There'll be wine afterwards. But when Teri's first book was out, I emceed an event for Teri that was part of Feast that was down at Zest Cafe. And her first book is about her experiences as a chef in the kitchen. And so it was a sit-down dinner, and Teri would do readings between the courses. And so naturally, I just had to pick the one.
I was the intercourse.
That's right.
Yeah.
I naturally, just when everybody's about to start eating, I had to pick to sort of give people a sampling of Teri's prose. I just had to pick the one passage right before everybody starts eating about how the chefs in the kitchens would take the steaks and they'd wipe them between their ass cheeks while they... So that's just, yeah. Our next